welcome to another week.
Welcome back! Summer has arrived here in Ontario.
We've got 2 great days for working outside.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
What are you working on right now?
I am just filling in all of the nail marks that we made when we installed the tongue and groove so that I can paint it. Because we're going to vent in the toilet today, and then we're going to close in this area and make it a shoe cubby.
Yeah, it'll look good to to actually get that done all the way down to the bottom, and then we can put some trim pieces on here, make it look a little more finished.
We couldn't get it. We couldn't really do the shoe cubby until the toilet arrived, so there was just kind of no point to kind of finish this unit. There's other important things to get done. So.
Yep. And then let's see what. So Nicole's also got some of these boards that are all getting painted, the tongue and groove, and what I am gonna do is on this side. I'm going to open up all of this underneath here and disconnect the batteries, pull fuse I think 32 so that I can remove the seats without any issues with the airbags. And what we're going to do is then use all that tongue and groove to put all on this back partition here. That way it finishes that off nicely. We've got some screw holes from where we mounted in the upper cabinets and stuff. But get all of that off, and then there's a little bit of wiring. I've got like our nice heavy wire here for our alternator, so maybe figure all that out while we get all this out. Then we can do a little cleanup because it's pretty nasty, and there's lots of sawdust underneath all here, and then start making it look like a new van again. So that's what we're gonna work on.
Bye bye.
A little more graceful than last time I pulled it out. I think I was like dropping it back. So I'm currently trying to get this really rigid cable here for our alternator, which will run the power back to the batteries at the back, underneath this seat, which there is a gap that I think it'll fit through, and kind of feed it through here, and there's a channel on this side that will feed through to the battery. And then that will send the voltage back down to a controller in the back, which will be able to handle that incoming voltage and make sure that it's not drawing too much. And but the problem is that cable's so rigid. I guess if I can't get it through, then my option is to put a bus bar here, run the rigid cable to the bus bar, and then put a nice soft, like an easier to manipulate cable through there to try to get to the battery. So we'll see. I have seen other people trying to do this, and it doesn't look easy. Okay, second thought, I think what I'm going to do is put a fuse block right here with 2 terminals. That way this wire doesn't have to go very far. I can cut this pretty short. It has to connect onto it, and then I'll use a nice malleable cable that will run underneath here, and then we'll feed it all the way through to the battery. So I think that will be the easiest way, because I just don't think this thing is so rigid that there's no way I'm going to be able to feed that through here and then into this mess and try to get it through. So just gotta wait for that part to come in, and then we can connect up the alternator. So all of this I've fished through. You can see it comes out underneath the floor. I think this is all gonna be for another day. It's just a bit of a rat's nest of wiring. I'm gonna have to put some relays in here and stuff that these will connect to, and then that'll go through a fuse block that needs to be mounted in here somewhere, and then those will have switch wires which will run under the floor, probably through here, and then up into these switches right behind the steering wheel. So we'll move some of these around, but these will become switches to turn on the outside lights, like the front floodlights, the back side, and you can get these switches online. I think it's a little bit hard to get the edge ones that are rounded, but we've got an idea for that anyways. But I think this wiring is a little bit much for today. We'll probably just leave it and come back to it once I've got some of those other parts in. So at least we need to take the seat off to do this though. Anyways, so Nicole's over there just finishing up some of the painting on the side cabinet. It looks good. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll switch to the vent for the toilet and try to figure out how that's going to go in. That way we can finish building off the bottom of that cabinet.
We are going to start putting tongue and groove all down this partition wall that we built. Just gonna cover up some of the screw holes and just make it a little bit prettier. And then I think our plan is to put some coat hooks on here just to kind of have some coat storage and stuff, especially in the fall and the winter. just because they're bulky and it's where else can we put them. So we're gonna get started on that.
In case you didn't notice, we have one more cubby gone. 2 more to go. Thank you, Taylor, for this awesome tool. I can see it moving. It's moving like a millimeter at a time. See, that's how you play the, I failed to find my tool game because now you're using that because you can't find a hammer.
This is way easier than a hammer.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I'm tired. I need dinner.
Let's hope you put that one in the right way. Can you imagine having to pull it out?
No, it's not coming out. I might not even need nails that's in there.
Yeah, I know. Well, the screws, the nails, yeah, it's just like jammed in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they need a little bit of adjusting to align like the spacing between them and the top there. You can see this one's like sitting in a little bit too far, but they're all done. Like how they look?
They look really good. Nice to see them all up.
And once I adjust the spacing, I guess that's when I can put the gas struts on there so that they can just like hold wherever they need to be. The FedEx guy just dropped off a package, which is the rails for our toilet. So we've got our toilet box here. Just putting a few more pocket screws in there to hold the corners together. And then I'm going to put all those little white wheels on the bottom with the rails, which will help it slide in and out just like we did with the cooler. So this is the second time we're tackling this project, so it should be a lot quicker to get this done.
We lost you yesterday. All of our batteries on our cameras died, but let's show you what we finished up last night. So we put in all the tongue and groove, got it painted, got the seat back in, so this area is totally good to go. And I don't think there's anything left to do in that area. And then Chris got all the rails and the wheels on the toilet box. So now it rolls out. The only thing that we need to do is, I ran out of rattan, so there's some more rattan coming from Vancouver. Just not sure how long it takes. It's 1 to 2 weeks for shipping, so hopefully it's on the one side, but that's okay. If not, we can still build the face, and then we'll just put the rattan and the wood framing on once that gets in. So I'm gonna get started on the drawers now. We learned a few things here with the drawers. So we need to flip because the drawer face won't fit in here because of the way we pocket screwed it out. So we're just gonna flip this side onto the inside, put a drawer face on for both of these, and then we're gonna build our media cabinet drawer, and then we might get started on the kitchen side. We're not building them as fast until the plumbing comes in later this week, just because we want to see where the trap is and all the tubing goes, so that we don't build a drawer too deep and then we have to reconstruct the doors. We'd rather wait instead of trying to be one step ahead and then end up having to rebuild them.
Okay, so we're trying to sort out these soft close drawers here. They kind of seem a little bit complicated. Basically, once you just slide it through though, it does do a nice soft close. These aren't actually screwed in. These clips here go underneath the drawer and then kind of lock in there and then screw to the drawer face. So we're going to kind of change a little bit here and cut a nice big piece of wood that's going to go straight to the bottom, and then this piece can screw into, and it'll go all the way to the top here. And then afterwards we'll put some kind of like decorative piece of wood on the front to kind of shape the front of the drawer. So, but for now we need to cut that piece of wood, and then we will do a little bit more learning and see how this guy connects on there. Alright, I think we figured out the drawer faces. So I've got this front drawer face here, which is going to go right on the front of that drawer. And basically going to take a 2.5 inch border that I'm just going to create and put it around the out front of it. And then Nicole can paint it all after, and then that'll create a nice, I don't know, depth to the front of the drawer so that it's not just a flat piece of wood. So I'm going to cut off some 45-degree angles here. and then connect all the pieces around, nail them in, and then we should be good. So there's the front of our faces. We'll kind of put some wood filler in there, finish this all off, and paint it all. There's a dead caterpillar there. So these are roughly going to go in right here. That looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I think all the parts are together, so let's see. Almost there. It's just this is getting hot right here. Yeah, it's the central touchscreen. It's it works, but because you can do the radio and everything, but the touchscreen doesn't work.
And the radio is only loud.
And if possible, if I could book it for Wednesday.
That's Wednesday. Yeah, I can put you in for 9 o'clock.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So I'll put you for Wednesday at 9 o'clock for the touch screen on the display.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks
Okay,
again.
we'll see you then. Thank you.
Bye. So, yeah, my guess is it's going to go in there. They're going to look at it and say, yeah, it's not working. Hopefully they'll say it's a warranty issue, and then they'll say we'll have to order parts in, and then we'll wait for the parts to come back in, and then that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So, because I checked all the fuses, and the fuses are all fine, so.
And you did a software update, right? Where there wasn't stuff?
There was no software update, and it's just random when it works. Every now and then it just turns on, so who knows?
Hopefully we can get it fixed.
Yep.
Are we ready for install?
Giant, well, kind of. It's going to go in there, and then it may not be perfect until we make some adjustments, but it'll be in there.
Nice. Well, I think that's a
Close
good way.
enough anyways. There's still a few tweaks, but it's getting there. There's like little clips on the bottom that need to get in. I need to make some adjustments for that. But then once that's in, we can raise and lower the drawers, or kind of a little bit, and make sure that it fits in the space. So
get them painted, and
I'd
then we
say-
call them done. I call it a success.
yeah, it's a success for today.
All right, let's go in for dinner.
Time for dinner.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, we're at the dealership. Nicole's here, picking me up. Head unit's still not working. Last night it was working when we were driving around. Today it's not, so hopefully they can figure that out, because it's really annoying because we don't have any backup cam. So at least, I don't know, just a real pain to know where our back end is. So anyways, hopefully they can figure it out, and hopefully it's not a big deal. All under warranty, I hope. Let's head in there. So we'll see if they can figure out the problem. Their confidence level, they're like, oh yeah, no, we'll look at it and stuff, like, and so I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully they don't just turn on the van and it just starts working, because last night it was working fine, and then on the way here it didn't work, and I had to back it in with no backup camera, which is not as ideal. So anyways, hopefully you get a call back this morning saying it was a fuse or something little small like that. So, but I checked all the fuses and it wasn't any of those, but
Maybe there's a secret spot you don't know about.
yeah, we'll see. Or maybe a loose wire or something. So
Hopefully did they say they'd give you a call later today?
yeah, so
Well, hopefully.
all right, we'll see. Feel better, Van. Hopefully they fix the problem.
Fingers crossed.
Kino and we are off to another beautiful cottage. We are headed to the Birchwood on Redstone Lake. We were here last summer, so I will drop the link for the video that we made last summer there. It is a ton of fun. So we will see you once we get to the Birchwood.
Just arrived at the Birchwood. That was a really easy drive. There was no traffic. That's what's nice about going up on a weekday. So let me go give you a quick tour of the property. They have, the Birchwood has two properties. So this is the Birchwood on Redstone Lake. It is absolutely stunning. It is situated in the Halliburton region. They have an Airbnb, or it is an Airbnb, so we will drop the link below if you'd love to check it out. They are booking for winter 2021 right now, so we have come here in the winter, and it is the nicest place to be in the winter. They have a hot tub, which is so nice year round. They've got a really great fire pit that we're going to use later tonight, and just incredible amenities. So I'll stop talking, and I'd like to show you around, because this place speaks for itself with how incredible it is. downstairs to get the camera because I left it upstairs, and I came back down. I've already pulled one out, but the umbrella decided it was going to go for a swim in the lake, and so did one of the chairs because the umbrella probably took it out. So I've already pulled the chair out, and now I'm going to try and pull this umbrella out of the lake. I'm probably going to fall in. I don't know, but I figured I'd share some of the joy or the hilarity of this. Okay, umbrella fished out of the lake. That was a little bit easier than I expected. I'm just happy I didn't fall in the lake. So it looks like this is not going back up on the dock. The owners asked me just to put it up at the top for now. So I'll rephotograph the dock without the umbrella. It's super pretty. It just clearly catches the wind or something coming off the lake. So I'm gonna get back to work photographing the dock, but here's some photos that I've taken so far at the property. It is just stunning. This is one of our favorite places on earth. It is truly a place that we feel at home every time we come to visit, and we just feel so fortunate that we get to come back every time and photograph this beautiful space time and time again in different seasons. Good morning. It's another 5:20 wake up this morning for me. We're out here trying to catch that sunrise, and it looks like we might catch just a little bit as it rises off into the distance. So we're just gonna wait and see what the sunrise looks like.
Okay, just picked up the van and touchscreen is working once again, so I'm not going to hold my breath though, just to see, because it was working on and off before I brought it in, so hopefully this one's more consistent. Anyways, we're going to use it over the next few days and hopefully it all works out. Hey everyone, so we are working on the van this evening and working through the drawers. Drawers are very slow and tedious to build. I'll show you a few of the ones that we made. I think you saw these earlier. But so it's a nice drawer there. They're deep. They've got a nice face on them. Oop, you can't really see the face there. Kind of a face around there. We're gonna sand them down, paint them and stuff. But they're all soft close, so when they suck into the cabinet, there's some adjustments that need to be made because they're not exactly all straight and level. And then there's gonna be locking mechanisms here that you'll pull on. So right now there's no handles. You throw and then it sucks in there. So we just finished, let me spin it around. So we just finished this drawer underneath the kitchen sink, and this is going to be used for everything. Like our coffee maker will fit in here, and kind of like dish soap, whatever we're going to put underneath there. And then we still need to put the face on this one, but that drawer fits in there. It does a nice soft close and it seems to be working okay now. That only took about 2 hours. Just trying to get these the drawer sides all set up, but they are nice drawer slides. They're not on the side of the drawer, they're actually kind of like right underneath there, so you don't see them on the side, which is nice. You'll see that they kind of slowly pull themselves back in. So we've got a few more. We've got to build one from under here, but I don't think we're going to use the same slides for this one, just because the slides take away a little bit from the bottom of the drawer and you lose space. So we already have a pretty small gap. We'll put just normal slides in there. And then we've got a few here, but the problem is we've got the plumbing going in probably on Monday. So that'll be in the next video, but we're trying to work around that. We're probably going to have to build some U-shaped drawers to go around it. Nicole and her dad did work on a little bit of these drawers. These are little skinny drawers here that are gonna go right along the side. That one's obviously not going there. Oh, I guess it goes this way. So these are going to go right beside the sink, and they're going to sit on one slide, and then those are going to be used for things like toiletries and stuff like that. And then they'll be connected by one face, so you pull kind of one large drawer out, and those two little small drawers will slide out from the side. That way we're actually using that space. So it's been a little bit of what seems like a little bit of a slower week because the van was in for 2 days, kind of getting the screen up front replaced. Nicole was out shooting a Airbnb for photos and everything, and so it's been a busy week, but we've been trying to get some of this stuff done, and it's all these little small tedious things. So but I think next week will be a big thing when the plumbing goes in. And there's Nicole. Nicole's back. I was just explaining the drawers, what happened this week with it having to go into the shop, you going to the Airbnb, and how lovely and tedious these drawers are. So
Do you think we'll have the drawers done next week?
yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have them done. It's just we're hoping to have them done for this week, but I think we underestimated how much work actually goes into doing these properly.
I think it's just like the specific measurements that needed to go into these soft drawer slide, like the soft.
Slides, yeah.
I think we went with regular slides, like it would be a little bit easier.
Yeah, but they are nice because they kind of hold themselves closed and stuff. But the soft closed slides need to be exactly 19.5 inches from the back to behind the front face, and there's just all of these kind of variables that are required in order to make it work. So I think that's pretty much it for this week.
Yeah.
You gotta there's the van, there's its current state. At least all the cabinets are up and all that stuff. But yeah, we're doing our best to try to keep pushing forward as fast as we can. And I think next week with the plumbing, those are going to be some big things coming. So
I'm excited.
yeah, and then these will look really nice once they're painted too, these drawers. So anyways, if you like the video, subscribe. We look forward to seeing you next week. Give us a thumbs up, put a comment down below, and
we will see you next weekend.
We'll see you next weekend.
Bye.